Joining us now is State Representative Shevrin Jones. Representative Jones, the Democratic Party has a lot of tough races going into the midterms this year. What is the strategy here?
Right now, one thing that we realize within the Democratic Party is that our message cannot be anti-Trump, and two, that we have to ensure that we begin to elect candidates who believe in the values of the Democratic Party, that speak for those 20 million Floridians who feel as if they've been marginalized, those individuals who speak for climate change, those individuals who speak up to ensure that we have adequate funding of a public education system and health care for individuals. These are the things that's going to move the Democratic Party. It's not us bashing anyone. It is making sure that we speak up for the people.
We just did a story on the concerns about hacking in this upcoming midterm election and the amount of money that's going to be spent now on cybersecurity. How confident are you that Floridians should go to the polls in November or for the primaries later on in the summer and feel confident that their vote is actually going to be recorded correctly and properly? You know what?
I'll say this, that it is the responsibility of the elected leaders right now to put that confidence within their constituencies, to let them know the importance of why they need to go out and vote. It is my hope that that the governor and those who are in charge now will take the necessary steps to ensure that when people go to the polls, that they feel as if their vote is secure, and that when they walk out of that booth, that they don't feel as if they just wasted their time. But we have to make sure we give individuals that confidence.
Let me ask you about a local, an important election in Miami-Dade County for the Miami-Dade County Commission. It's supposed to be a nonpartisan race. This is between Zoraida Barrera, who is the wife of outgoing Commissioner Bruno Barrero, and also newcomer Eileen Higgins. She happens to be a Democrat. Barrera happens to be a Republican. What's the involvement of the Democratic Party in this, and why?
I'll tell you this. I know it's supposed to be nonpartisan, but it's obvious, even within local races. I think Eileen Higgins, she holds those values in which I spoke about in the beginning, making sure that she galvanized the people, listening to the people, making sure she has the boots on the ground. It's not an us against them type of a deal. I believe someone like Eileen, she's showing how this blue wave can happen within Florida, Miami, Volusia County, and all the way up to Duval County. It's individuals like her who we have to put in front of the people to say, this is how we can move our country and our state forward.
So you talk about this blue wave. What is the plan to move the needle with Trump voters?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that we will get to a point to where we will move all of Trump voters, right? What I do believe is that we need to go get those individuals who are not voting. We need to make sure that we engage our young people to get them out and vote. Again, like I said, we can't run anti-Trump. Our message can't be there. Our message has to be consistent with what the people are asking for, what the people want, and that's why it's making history across the nation. Even looking in Georgia, you look at Stacey Abrams, the first African-American to be a nominee in a Democratic gubernatorial race. It's those type of things that when people want to hear a message that's going to not only bring us hope, but also going to move us forward.
Republicans have an advantage when it comes to state legislatures around the country, controlling many more of them than Democrats do. Florida is part of that trend because Republicans, as we mentioned, are in control of both houses at the State House. What is the plan? Is there one, realistically, for Democrats to ever take control in Tallahassee?
Well, the good news is that we are very close in taking over the Senate. We have some time with taking over the House, but I have good confidence in our incoming leader, Representative Keone McGee, who is the incoming Democratic leader, who is working day in and day out to elect good candidates so that we can move in taking over the House. And listen, the one thing that I am very clear on, and one thing that I believe Leader McGee is clear on, is that we have to make sure that we recruit candidates that when Republican and or Democrat or independent look at them, they say, you know what, I'm not electing them because of their party. I'm electing them because they are a good candidate and I believe that they will represent me well.
Now, that's been a challenge in the past for the Democratic Party in the state of Florida. Well, State Representative Shevrin Jones, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming in.